I started my siding here, my Detroit rehab house that I bought. If you came for the siding video, stay for the adventure on this rehab project, the house that I bought for really ridiculously cheap. Check out my channel, check out all the videos I did on it. But today, real quick here, as I'm on this siding, I want to show you what I think is the #1 mistake that people make on siding, and it has to do with these windows here. And we've seen this so many times. I've seen it so many times on residential reside jobs that we did, where right below a window, you would just have a whole bunch of rotted plywood, OSB, whatever was on the house. And it was due to just not doing anything with the water that comes down off the corner of the window. So you have all of this wall section for water to drive against, come down to the top of your window, and then come down and just go down behind the siding. And so something has to be done to divert that water out over the outside of the siding, and I'm going to show you that right now. The solution to this problem with the water running behind the siding is way too easy to not do anything about it. I'll just take a piece of scrap coil that I have laying around on the job, and I'll hem the edges on my brake. If you don't have a brake on the job, don't worry, put a piece of coil in anyway. It's much better than nothing. But like I said, I usually go ahead and hem the edges. If you do hem the edges, your piece of coil doesn't even need to be this big. If you have some scrap pieces 6 to 8 inches wide laying around, and if you can hem the edges, it's easy wide enough. And then stick it up under the corner of your window, under the flange. So when I installed these windows, I made sure to keep the nails out of the flange on the very bottom corner here because I knew I was going to do this. And my window tape, I just kept loose with some of the paper left on the back here so that I could just fold it up and take this piece up under this flange of the window. And then you're just going to take it up in there as far as you can. In this case, I have some caulking up in there that I got to push past. So you're going to push it up in there as far as you can under the flange of this window. Cut it off as low as you can so that it still doesn't interfere with the next piece of siding. And then the water is going to come right down over top of here and then come out through these little holes in the bottom of the siding. So we're just going to cut that across. All right, so this is all I need. I'm going to take that up in there. And in the case that you didn't install the windows and the bottoms are nailed or screwed or whatever, just pop them out, stick that piece of flashing up underneath there. This is absolutely necessary in my opinion. And avoiding this is just senseless because it's such an easy step that you can take to divert the water where it really needs to go. We're going to take this tape, just put it down where it's supposed to go. Repeat the process on the other side. So now all that water coming down the sides should come right out over the siding. From this point on, it's going to run right over top of the siding instead of down behind. Now you're ready to install your piece of siding that you notch out around the bottom. So there you have it. That window is never going to cause any problems underneath it with rotting wood and whatnot. And again, if you came to learn about the siding, stick around for a lot more tips and for this adventure rehabbing this house in Detroit.